on the screen. Nope. There we go. We weren't even on the screen. How about that?
Just now.
All right. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hey. So today is day two.
Day two.
Of the juice cleanse. How you guys feeling today? Day two. Come on in here. We got a good show today. Day two of the juice cleanse.
Day two of 10.
What up, Mary Bizzle? Day two. Let me turn this down so we good here. Hey, come on in.
Day 2 of 10.
Day 2 of 10. Do y'all see how easy this is? Do y'all see how easy this is? Y'all are breezing through this. We got 8 more days and it's done.
If you could do 1, you could do a milli.
Right. If you could do 10, if you could do 2, you could do 60.
Period.
Come on, somebody.
Hello.
Like somebody did today. We're gonna talk to Marisha today.
Yes.
But before we get into that, this is the Jump and Juice 10,000. Hold on, let me get my little. Where's my little banner? Hey, Jump and Juice 10,000.
Oh well. First, we always have to tell you who we are.
Right. So we are Sean and Michelle. My name is Sean. Yes. Who might you be?
I am his wife, Michelle Clark.
And we are the owners of Double Dutch Aerobics, a class that we just came from, as you can see.
We just came from teaching class.
It's an 8-step formatted class where we do exercises inside the double dutch rope, including double dutch. So we do it all inside the ropes. We are also we also do certification. So we certify teachers to teach the double dutch aerobics class around the world. So not only can we teach you how to jump, we can teach you how to teach somebody how to jump.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the bar.
It's the train the trainer program. Yeah.
Right, and it's 18 hours. It's 3 days. It's super intense, but a lot of fun. Especially if you love double dutch, you'll love certification weekend.
And our goal, guys, is to spread joy. Could you keep it on that this week?
Okay. Yes. But I gotta flip it back and forth. All right, I'm listening.
Okay, our mission is to spread joy, of course, through double dutch aerobics and through making people healthier, aka the Jump and Juice 10,000.
All right, so let's get right into the show.
Yes.
Just trying to wait for everybody to come in. Hold on, let me see the comments on Facebook.
Okay. Just Jump and Juice 10,000, of course, is a 10-day juice cleanse with 10,000 people. The juice cleanse means we are only having juice meaning fruits and vegetables through a juicer, and water. Nothing else. No tea, no mints, no gum, no coffee. Did y'all hear that?
None of it.
No coffee. No supplements, no name something. Nothing. If it's not the juice or water, we're not having it.
It's juice and water. Juice and water. All right. I did that before. Yeah. So anyway, let's introduce our guest.
Yes.
Marisha is she started off doing a 10-day juice cleanse with us back in January. And she felt so good.
She
felt so good. She said, you know what? I'm going to do 50 more days. That equals 60. She did 60 days. And after the 60 days, she is on a raw vegan diet.
You better speak on it.
So if you want to heal, ladies and gentlemen, this is the way to heal your body.
Period.
And we're going to talk to Marisha. Come on in here. Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome.
Just glowing and shining.
Everybody type in the comment box. Welcome.
We
like to welcome our people. And Marisha's taking certification weekend too.
Yes.
She's brave enough. She's brave.
I did 60 days of juice. I could do this, right?
Say it again.
You better say it again. Say it like you mean it.
Yes.
So, tell us how you got started. So, have you ever done a juice cleanse before?
Yes, but not to the extent of 60. Like I did 3 here, maybe 4, and maybe like juice till noon and then eat after. So it was always incorporated in the lifestyle.
Okay, so what made you decide to do
10?
The 10-day?
Okay, so give a little backstory. Real quick disclaimer. I am big on analogies, so I will always give an example with trying to make you understand something. It's an old school thing to me. Okay. So with
and you have everything like me.
Huh?
I remember you said that you have a song for everything. Like me.
Yeah, I really do. So with the dirty 30s, right? I don't know if you guys ever heard the concept of, if you single, you do everything crazy in your 30s and you go drink and have sex and do all this yah stuff, right?
Yeah.
And when right before I turned 30, I was like, yeah, no, I want to do something different with dirty 30. So from the time I turned 30, I was like, I'm going to clean up life. So I'm going to clean it up. So the dirty 30s, it's time to clean up. Right. And being that is my last year, I don't mind sharing my age. Last year, my 30s, that was like the ultimate. So I had already been doing stuff, but I needed to just have an extra kick of spice. I needed some Scotch bonnet in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And the juicing was it. It was like showing the universe that I was really serious and really committed to all of these changes that I want and I'm asking for.
Right.
And I'm a huge foodie. So me doing 60 days of juice, everybody in the spirit world was like, oh, she's serious.
Right.
So yeah, that's what brought me to this point.
Yes.
We're foodies too.
Yes. And people find it hard to believe, but it's just like, no, we're really foodies. That's why doing a 60-day is so much growth, because you want to let go of, you know what I mean? We do a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so you did 10. Well, and you were a part of the Jump and Juice 10,000.
Yes.
In January. So what made you continue? Was it your original plan to do 60, or was it a feeling that made you say, you know what, I feel good, let me keep going? Like, how did you get to 60?
Well, as you guys continuously say on your lives, is watching the inspo, right? And that's how I found you guys. I was watching inspo to get the motor going. I was already saying juice 10, and I was just like, oh my God, that's a lot. Let me find somebody online who done juice 20 or 30, because this is crazy, right? And then I found Jillian's channel.
We love Jillian.
Yeah, and she's got, a wide variety of people she interviewed. And it's not just like, I mean, we are celebrities too. I don't like to exclude nobody thinking somebody else is too. We celebrities too now. Yeah, so her channel and a few other people's channels, I was looking at it, but then I was also looking for people that look like me, because I said I need to see somebody who is relatable to what we deal with amongst our community, with the issues that we have. So when I saw y'all and then I heard 60, I was like, I was going crazy by myself. I was like, oh, like, let's go. And then I still had 10 in my head though, right? This is before you guys even did the Jump and Juice. I watched our video before that. So I watched it before that. And then again, I think that was like another universal sign to confirm, like, this is the route you want to go. All right, I'm going to show you some people who look like you. Here you go. Boom. Not one person, but two.
Yeah.
And 60 was still, I was still like wading in the water. I was like, God, like, what? Can I? And then I saw other videos of people doing 100 and 300. And I was like, oh, nah, I'm going to do this 60. Let me do it.
Yes.
Cause what? I'm from, and then, I always have the tendency to put Brooklyn and everything. I was like, I'm from Brooklyn. I could do this. What you talking about?
No, we understand. We're from Brooklyn too.
You doing 300? I can do 60.
Flavor. Yes. So you guys were behind that inspo for me, to push me to do the 60. And then once the 10 even came about, I felt like I was just getting started. I was like, nah, I gotta keep going. Like, not even thinking about 60, because I remember writing in the Facebook community chat, he was like, do 10 at a time, right? And I kind of was saying that already. And then I was like, all right, I could do it. Let's do 10 at a time. Just do 10. It's only 10 days, Marish. It's only 10 out of 365. You could do this. And yeah, that's what kept me going and made me get to 60. I didn't plan on it at all.
So how did you feel? Did you have anything that you had to heal? Did you like feel better in an area that you didn't even know needed to feel better? Like, what happened physically during your 60 days?
Wait, I'm sorry. Just before you answer that question, because I just want to just stay on what you just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you were doing a 10-day, when did you decide to go to the 60? Like, when was it like, I'm definitely doing 60?
Or did you do 10, 10, and 10?
Would you do, was it after the first 10, you were like, okay, I'm doing 60? Or was it during the 10 where you were like, I'm doing 60? Or before the 10?
Around day 9. And then I was looking, I also had extra juice left too. So I was like, I could do this. But I was actually teeter-tottering because let me tell you, I had the left Marisha and the right Marisha. I did that backward. Left Marisha, right Marisha. Because I didn't have the NAMA yet either. So I was kind of discouraged on this 10-day, but I was like, I'm from Brooklyn. This is not going to take me out. Right. And I kept seeing you guys talk about the NAMA and then other people. And I was like, dang. And I even had a coworker who joined the group. She joined the group. And she got her NAMA and I inspired her and other people around to, get there. I was like, God, come on, let me get this NAMA. And, I got it with the payment plan. So anybody out there worried about money, they got a payment plan. So don't make no excuse. So I said, all right, I got the payment plan, so I could do that. But I was really discouraged because it was taking me forever to make these juices. And like day 9, I was like, you know what? Since I had such a struggle for almost the first 10 days, I want to see if I can have a smooth 10 days.
Right.
Give me something, God. But I didn't get the NAMA until like day 22. So I was then when I got the NAMA, I was like, oh, I gotta go to 30. Like what? I gotta go to 30. Like
life changing.
Yeah, absolutely. I got the NAMA C too. So I got the one with the blender.
Oh, you got the big. Okay.
Yeah, you got the blender and the juicer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And did you find it to be easier? It was easier with the NAMA.
Yes, most certainly.
It is.
I know.
That's what we were saying.
That's what we tell
people. It makes you want to juice because it's too easy.
It's easier, much easier than the that we used to do.
Yeah.
That's why we've been telling people, listen, get that NAMA. In fact, get the NAMA right here at NAMAwell.com.
Yes.
Discount code Sean Michelle 10. Go ahead, y'all.
It's worth it.
Isn't it worth it?
Worth it.
We try to tell everybody it's worth it.
You are worth it. That's how I feel when I make purchases like that. It's an investment. I'm not an expense. I'm an investment.
Come on, somebody. Come on.
So I'm not going to be like, oh, $500. I'm like, oh, okay. God, you see them numbers? Let me get that.
Yes.
That's me. But Michelle, to answer your question in regards health-wise, okay, so I'm gonna try to zone in on the answer. I feel like it's a multi-dimensional answer with the healing, right? It addressed a lot of things for me. It opened up some gateways for things that was unhealed that I needed to address, but I'm still addressing now that I was patching with food. And then it was also a flood of like happy energy. Like I was just, I don't know, like I was crying and laughing and just sitting still. And I could feel that energy right now. And I'm even juicing, but it was life changing and life altering. I was like, well, what I'm doing is silence. What I'm doing, like everything was so clear. And I'm like, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing. Like
it doesn't exist.
And then there was days I was just like, oh, I gotta address this now. Like there's nothing to block it. There's no chewing to get over. Like there was a point where one of my supervisors peed me off, and I wanted to go chew like something heavy, and I was just like, and I didn't have anything with me because I packed my juices with me, and I knew I was aware of the emotion, and I was like, oh, look at you. You see, you wanted to go and chew because you was pissed off at somebody.
That's right.
But now you got to sit with it.
That's right.
And it also assisted me with reversing or helping reverse ailments. Either that I only have one that I can. I'm not even going to say I have because I'm big with words too. I don't have anything.
Oh, you better say it. Lord have mercy.
So I reject that. I don't have. It exists. The whole fibroid thing, right? And it existed before I even like really tapped into high gear with the health journey. Or I mean, no, not really, because 2012 is when I rolled into this lifestyle, and the doctor I initially had. Doctors be lying, and respect to anybody who was on here as a doctor, but your peoples be lying. So I don't,
It happened to me.
Like lies, bold-faced lies to get you into surgery.
Bold-faced lie.
Yes.
And the lady was just like, like to me, to say like the whole cyst fibroid thing, it don't just change overnight. So for you to tell me one day I have cysts and then say another day, oh, fibroids exist, so we're in a gray area that we missed the conversation of this is developing. You couldn't tell me. So how did it get here? So the cyst was really the fibroid. You lied. Craig. You lied. And she tried to push the surgery on me, and I shut it down basement. And I was just like, absolutely not. No one is cutting. I'm going to show you better than I tell you that I'm going to be the change I seek. And
Bible. Somebody preaching over it.
Seeing my grandmother transition. I was 27 and she was 72. Seeing her transition from preventative diseases pushed me even like further to go even harder with what I was doing, and everybody else in my family too, but her most importantly, because she carried me through to get here on this universal side. So that was a sign to me that just like God was like, oh, you don't have to wait to 72. You could die right now the same way. You could go out the same way. So it was like, handle your business, get to it. This is your message here. And I started removing all the meats and the animals and the junk and working out a lot. And
so wait, you went, did you go vegan? You went totally vegan.
Yeah. Yeah, I was removing. That was 2012. I called myself the growing vegan because these communities out here will go crazy when you label yourself something and then you got a piece of something on. They're like, nah, you not. Nah, what you talking about? What? And I'm just like, okay, everybody pump your brakes. Excuse me. Growing. Let me say it.
Okay.
I like that.
Right. And now that term is just so out of control. But I was eliminating stuff out of boredom because growing up, it was the same ritual in the household, having this Monday, this Tuesday, this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And it was like, oh, take this out the freezer if you want this. Take this out. I'm like, oh, God, this is boring. I don't want it. So the journey of me moving away from the animals was out of boredom, and then it shifted into the health.
Got it. I got it.
Yeah. Got it. And then it's been showtime since then for me, because I just said the options are endless. And, it's like a rabbit hole to me of opportunity, not only just with food, but with other avenues. Like I get to network just because of how I changed my body.
That's
and
right.
what you said, I just have to acknowledge what you said because I had to deal with that as well. It's just like we don't realize how food is our drug and also it's our cover-up.
Yeah.
So when you do something like a 60-day, sometimes some stuff is gonna come up.
Yeah.
And what you realize is, I think I forgot who said this, but they were like something like toast and bread. It feels like a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And my father had passed away, and sometimes grief is a roller coaster, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like there's something about that toast that was just giving me, you know what I'm saying? The toast it was giving, and I was like, oh my God.
Comfort
and when you're
food.
missing it during a 60-day, you have to like fix it. You don't have like the drug to like, you know what I mean? It's literally
you have to find a way. You have to find a way to deal with it.
You have to find a way through it. You have to find a way through it. And when you realize that, it's a little scary, but what you realize is that you can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. So it's scary, yes, but you can do it. And getting over it is so much better than covering it up.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it's important that you said that because we don't realize why our habits are what they are. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I realized it during the cleanse.
I was going to say, you find all the reasons in the world why you actually eat.
Yes.
And most of the time, it's not because you're hungry.
No.
Yep.
It's
yep.
No.
Yes. 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 Oh my goodness. Yes. Woo. Yes. 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 Oh my gosh. Yep.
So did you lose any weight during the juice? And was that your goal, or were you someone who didn't want to lose weight? What was your mission in terms of weight loss?
Okay, so again, I play with words, right? I don't lose any weight because I don't plan on finding it back, right? I release the weight and the habits that come about that don't belong to me. Like,
Right.
you know, these people come, everybody come, even family, you know, people come around you and energy attaches to you. So I cleanse myself and I release and let go. And sometimes it'll find its way back, but I didn't lose it. Somebody else lost it. I didn't lose it. Right? But I did. That was the intention to release this waste because the fibroid thing. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna answer that, but I want to say something else before that. So
go ahead, go for it. Go for it.
The doctor initially was just like, going back to the doctor story. The doctor was initially like, you know, she gave me the printout of the terms from the vaginal ultrasound, and the first one, it was 8 of these things. And then I changed over to another doctor who was trying to be the pusher with the same thing. And I guess she didn't know that I looked at my records before I read my stuff. And then it was 4 that existed. And then she was like, she called me, right? And she said, "Oh, Marisha, are you sitting down?" And I'm just like, "Ma'am, I don't know if you was waiting for this day to say this to somebody, but just tell me what you need to tell me, please, because it's not going to work. It's not going to scare me." Right. And she's like, "Oh, well, we found more." So then that was a red flag because I said, it's 8 and 4. I know math. Like, I know it's less, right? And then she said, one, this grew and this, that, blah. So I already do the math in my head. I said, look, it must have been, a few of them had probably clustered. Right? If they had been shifting toward the exit. That's my motto in my head, right? We're going from 8 to 4. And then she said one of them had grew. So I'm again in my head, I'm doing the math. Like, if somebody grew and there's nothing new in there, then this has to be these guys have had to combine somehow.
Yeah.
Right? And so I said, "Oh, okay." She was like, "But are you still on a no surgery thing?" I said, "Absolutely." And then I one up myself, and I started eating high raw. Like I just started making it a ritual to do that on a regular basis. I would eat, if I would eat cooked food, it would be with friends or at somebody's gathering. But most of the time, I was juicing already, having coconut water, eating fruit, eating a salad. And I would have maybe mushrooms in the salad, like some type of saute. So I was already on it. If I was stressed out, like you said, Michelle, with the bread, you'll catch me with a bag of chips, but that was very rare. Like, somebody had to really get me to a point to do that because I didn't want to punch them in the face, right? Like, let me chew this chip so I'm gonna lose my job. And seriously. And so now fast forward to this part of the journey, again, showing universe, like, I moved to a new state. I was not moving in fear, but I was moving in trust. But it was just like, I don't know where to go. I don't know how to show you anywhere else, or how to show you any other way that I'm open. So the juicing was the gateway for me. And I wanted to continue to get healthier by also like, I wanted change in my finances. So for me, the message was, show that you want the change in all your other dimensions as well. Then I'll believe you.
Jesus Christ.
So yes. You got to work on yourself. Everything else around you, it's you, right? You got to be the change you seek. And it don't matter your age. People be talking about, oh, you could do this. No. Once you know, you're gonna be held accountable for that, whether you're 10 or 100. You're gonna be held accountable. Okay. So I was like, all right, I need to release a little bit more weight, and I could do the juicing also to help my womb because I want to have children. And I'm not putting no age cap on that either. But I was like, all right, I want to show I'm ready for the children. I'm ready for the finances. I'm ready for the whatever you got, God. I'm ready. And I started with let me see, right before December, like around November, I weighed myself and I was like 180-ish. And then right before juicing, I was 176. And then after juicing, I was 171. And then 30 days into juicing, I was 162. And then 60 days, I was 151. And then I was just like everybody, I felt the energy, like I was turbo. I was like, ain't nothing could stop me now. Like,
right. You feel like you could do anything.
My coworkers and them was like, yo, you was working here and juicing? I was like, yeah. They was like, I can't even tell. I was like, and I got more energy than all y'all are here.
Yep, that's right. That's what
and
happened.
One of my big supervisors, I was new to this place where I was working at, and the guy was just like, your work ethic is outstanding. Like, you're amazing. And this isn't my first 60 days of being here. So it was phenomenal to hear that. I felt like that was like
a confirmation.
Yes.
From somebody like, work well done, Marish. This is good. Like, keep it up. And now I didn't plan on staying this small, but if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But it looked crazy. It looks not crazy. Change my word. I have to get used to it because I got even smaller because I did 30 days of mono fruit after the juicing.
Come on, somebody.
What fruit did you do? Could you tell them what mono fruit is?
What mono fruit is?
So mono is just working with eating just one fruit. Whether it be in one meal or one week or whatever, however you want to do it. But mono is just focusing on one fruit, and it also assists your body with digesting easily or easier because it's only one thing you're eating.
That's right.
And then also it can assist with reversing any ailments you got too, because if you're eating an astringent, like I ate red-seeded grapes, only red-seeded grapes. And
I know, I heard grapes give you a lot of energy. We know somebody that did 26 days or something of just grapes, and she was like, I had so much energy.
Yeah. And I was juicing it too. So I was juicing them and eating them.
Oh.
And yes, that energy was, I was looking for it. And then even after, like once I was like done with the mono fruit thing, I released a little bit more weight, but then I stopped juicing, and I was like, well, what's that? Like, I was eating fruit and stuff, and I was like, well, should I juice? Like, I felt so lost. Like, what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Oh, Lord, help me, please help me. So, like, going back to it, the initial goal was to release weight and release waste, just to continue to heal. To heal. It was the ultimate goal was to be better and heal and reverse whatever was trying to snap at me. Because honestly, before the juicing, if you saw me, you would have been like, oh yeah, you physically fit, you athletic, but there's a lot of internal things that a lot of people deal with, and you won't know until a big go kaboom, guess who stepped in the room? Type energy.
Wow, yeah.
And people think like diseases just pop up like flowers. No, they've been festering in you since you were 6 years old, honey. What you been eating?
You preaching?
My saying. One of my sayings is that sometimes a teenager with heavy periods or painful periods most likely turns into a woman who's dealing with fibroids, infertility, endometriosis, who then turns into a woman who has to get an early hysterectomy at 45 and 50. And that means it's just like I suffered from fibroids at 30 that I know of, but I had heavy periods since I was a teenager. I went to the doctor. I had a cyst one time, and the doctor said to me, it's okay. It goes up and down with your period.
When it gets worse,
Michelle, come on,
it's literally a message. It's like one of my goals is unnormalized painful periods. Because imagine if we knew at the first sight of a cramp that something was wrong. Instead of the world going, oh, take a Motrin. Oh, get a heating pad. Oh, get them always extra heavies. Oh, get them things that you sleep with on a bed. Like, oh, get the extra heavy pads.
And the thing, like I said before, it was normal for us guys to see girls in pain. We were like, oh, she's on the period. And like we all knew. Because in high school, they sit, lay on their desk, holding their stomachs in serious pain. And we just thought that was normal.
And then we act like it's a surprise
right.
when at 30 we're suffering from all of these,
That's
what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
we're not silly, we're not stupid. It's just we've been conditioned to ignore our pain. Mm-hmm. We've been conditioned to cover up our pain. Take a birth control pill, that'll make you feel better.
Mm.
If we all knew that painful period is a signal, then we wouldn't be here in our 30s suffering crazy.
Yep. Oh my gosh, I can totally relate to what you were talking about with the heavy bleeding and the pain and the cyst and the doctor telling that to my mother and me at a young age. I took my first GYN. First off, it just boggles me that granted that men have to have, work, but why are men GYNs? They should be in the field of whatever they have. You have a penis, go and work with the men with the penis and let the women work with the vaginas, because why are you looking at I'm grateful for this guy, but I'm grateful that I learned and moved on. I will never have a man down looking at my vagina ever again. Like, you cannot relate.
Experience with one. Me too.
You cannot relate to me, right? So regarding the heavy bleeding, when I was younger, dairy was the queen of my life. I would eat cheese with cheese fries, cheeseburgers, pizza, just eating cheese by itself. I would cheese and crackers, cheese and bread, all them thing, right?
Cheese and bread.
And then grilled cheese, anything that I would have with cheese in it, right? And I would have the heavy bleeding where I would miss a day of school, and my attendance was perfect prior to my cycle. But then my mom was like, "Oh, you know what? I think for this month you should remove dairy, and let's see how your period is the following month." So I would remove the dairy like January, and then February I'm skipping in the land of daisies. And then she says, "Oh, why don't you eat some dairy now, right? Let's intentionally eat some, and then let's see how your period is." And then I'm curled over. She said, "Oh, now we see what's up." This is way before I transitioned, right? So we were figuring it out, the math. She was like, "Marisha, you're going to have to give up dairy." I was like, oh man, right? And then so I was playing with my body at that young age. I was like, all right, if I eat dairy February, then I'm gonna have cramps in March, right? So I ain't got to worry about that in June, July type. I would always play with the addiction, and I was just like, okay. But the heavy bleeding for me and the cramping was from the dairy. I was throwing up.
Most of us, dairy ain't for humans. It's for cows.
I was basically fasting for at least 24 to 48 hours involuntarily from the dairy, because by the time my cycle came, it was over. My father knew when he came in the room, it's summertime and I'm laying down, lights out. He's like, "Oh shit, excuse me. It must be that time of the month because this girl laid out."
You see how even us, you see how we think too?
It's normal.
It's just normal. Yeah.
Yep. And then the pills and stuff, if you turn around and read the pills that you're taking, you see soy, just so many ingredients. This red dye. And I'm just like, I'm adding to the problem. I'm not even helping the problem. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna start thugging out this pain. And that's what I started doing before I even transitioned to removing the dairy. I stopped taking pills and stuff, and I was just like, nope, I'm gonna sweat it out. I'm gonna walk it. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna throw up, but I'm not taking no pills. And then the dairy and all that stuff came down later down the line. But I figured out early what was happening. Yep, nope.
And I didn't figure that out. I remember my mother took me to a specialist, and she said it, but it's so funny. I didn't like the woman. And I remember her saying, I was like, what is she talking about? That's how, and I remember her saying it because it just seemed so odd to me because we hadn't heard it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hadn't heard that. Yeah. No one told us. In my opinion, we were always told it was just good luck, bad luck. Like, some people have heavy periods, some people don't. We never thought it was actually something that we could control. We thought it was the most natural thing in the world. Some people have heavy periods, some don't. That's just the luck of the draw. You a woman, you know what I'm saying? That's a part of being a woman. It's womanhood. And now we see all of these things where they're even trying to give women work days, but they're not trying to give women health days to help them get better. You know what I'm saying? It's like the elephant in the room. Let's make everything around it. Let's make pills. Let's make extra underwear. Let's make heavier pads. Let's make let's give days, or let's make new heating pads.
It's like you 10x on the pain.
It's like yes,
how do we make more and more and more and more money?
It's like more products to cover up the pain as opposed to dealing with the pain.
Exactly.
They have a commercial where they tell the boyfriend to buy their girlfriend a heating pad thing for their period, and I'm just like, this is a joke. Like no one's talking about why you have the heavy periods in the first place. That's so crazy that even at that young age, your mother knew to at least pay attention to that. That is something that we weren't hearing about. That's something we were not hearing about at all. We were hearing about the new Motrin. You know what I'm saying? Like Advil, Motrin, what heating pad you know what I'm saying? But we didn't hear about taking out dairy. About it.
And then talking about pads, forget about some of these pads make women bleed longer because of the stuff that's in it.
Oh, you know, I changed the honey pot. I did a test on myself. So after I healed from fibroids, I did a test on myself because I was like, does always really make you bleed? You know, like, does it really, like, how is that possible?
And we had the war stories on Always. It was terrible.
I did a test on myself between honey pot pads and Always pads. And when I did Always, even after healing from fibroids, when I did Always pads, my period was like 4 or 5 days and I 100% bled a little heavier. When I changed to honey pot, it would be 2 or 3. I got my period yesterday. It's almost over. Hello. Literally. No, really.
Yeah, it is.
That's how honey pot pads, it makes a difference. And I tried it like 2 to 3 times because it was so hard for me to believe. I had to like really test it on myself because I was like, guys, I know they make products, but come on, really? And think that someone could be that intentionally evil to women. It's hard for us to really take in. Like y'all sat down and put stuff in it to make us suffer more. Like to actually think that someone.
Well, the thing is,
it's hard to believe.
You're just a number to them.
Yes.
Right? So it's about making money. It's really not even about being evil to you.
Right. It's more about
like, I can make $2 trillion.
Yeah. So let's put this in it.
Let's put this in it, and then we'll have them bleed some more, and then we could. You know, it's about the dollars, about the money, which is unfortunate.
They're not seeing the human. They're literally seeing the paperwork and the, you know what I'm saying, and the board. They're not seeing the human. And just like you said, it's a lot of men in those rooms. And if you were a woman in those rooms, it would be different.
That's right.
And that's intentional too.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh. It's a rabbit hole with the
just 10,000 because you telling your story, telling our story, you watching this, journaling your story, and so that you can then tell someone else. Because we got to pass it on. We got to pay it forward.
One more thing I do want to say, when you go to the doctor, this is for everybody, ask questions.
Yes.
I feel like people, I mean, because of what you're going through, like when I went to the
he used to come with me because I would become a 5-year-old and just like
she would just fall. She's not the Michelle like how she, outspoken, right? No, which is fine because she's in a very vulnerable, painful, stressful position, and so that's why I'm there. Because
he's straight.
I'm straight. I'm asking questions. Go to your doctor with the questions. They hate for you to ask. Ask even more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another thing, they're always like, don't worry about it. When it gets, anytime you hear that, stop them in their tracks.
Stop.
Don't be scared. Doctors intimidate you. All doctors are not bad. Let me just say this.
Yes.
All doctors are not bad.
Right.
But they try to intimidate you because they want to get to the next patient.
They have a long list.
Right? They have a long list, right? And so what I'm saying is don't be afraid to ask the question. Come, like Dr. I said, come with a book of questions.
Yes.
That's it.
And make sure they answer all of them.
And also be ready to participate in your healing. So I always say doctors are not bad, but they're doing what they know. The problem is that we depend on them to know everything. The fact is, if our body is having period pain, right? Our question to them shouldn't be how to fix it. Our question should be, okay, what is wrong? Right. And what is wrong? Because they can give you an ultrasound. We can give ourselves an ultrasound.
Right.
Okay, doctor, can you tell me what size this is? What's going on?
And I'll
Thank you for the information.
Right, and I'll fix it.
Yes. Only their science could look into your womb. Like, really. But we have to listen to the pain signal.
That's right.
And do something about it instead of asking them to fix it. Because their way to fix it without involving you doing anything is a surgery. But you have to participate in your healing, meaning you have to change your diet. You have to let go of the dairy. You have to do a juice cleanse. You have to do a water fast, meaning you have to participate, and we have to stop putting all of the pressure on them, because we also put a lot of pressure on them too.
Yeah.
Another thing, doctors are not nutritionists.
Yes. They're scientists.
They're scientists.
Yes.
Two different things.
Two different things. But go ahead.
No, you got it. You got it.
I wanted to know, as we're still talking, if anyone had any questions at this time, if they could write it in, and we will do a questionnaire.
Now, just really quick, because I thought, when we did 60 days, that was the most we've ever done.
Yes.
Right? I thought the 60 days was the easiest cleanse I've ever done.
It was easier than the 30.
It was literally like a breeze. And I couldn't understand why. Probably because of the way I felt.
Yes.
Right? Like having this clear thought, feeling one with the earth.
Yeah.
I was so emotional. I was like, why am I so emotional?
Yes!
Not very emotional.
I'm not very emotional. I mean, I'm a nice guy, but I'm not like.
He's not emotional.
I just felt like rubbing my hand through the dirt and laying down in the grass. That's not even me. That's not me at all. Anyway, so I say that all today. To say, how was your 60 days? Was it easier than the 10 that you did?
Did it get easier?
Did it get easier? Harder? Did it get harder?
Oh, it got easier. It was like cruise control. It was like cruise control, because it wasn't, I mean, the every 10-day thing was in my head, but it was just like, you already up in flight. So like, where you going? Just stay and rock out. It was like,
come on.
You know? And let me tell you, while I was doing the mono with the juicing, that was more torture to me than drinking juice straight by itself. I was like, God, should I just go back to juicing and just skip the grape? Because no, and it was just like, all right, no, just calm down. Everybody, like, talk to myself. Everybody calm down up here. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. But that's 60.
Why was it hard? Because I literally think the same thing. I think that juicing is actually easier. It's just like when I was healing from fibroids, there was a diet they were trying to put me on, but the diet was harder to me than water fasting, because you can't mess up water fasting. You can't, so why was mono? Because people would think it would be hard. It would be harder to juice and eat no food than it is to do mono. So why was it harder? Was it pangs of hunger? Was it?
It was the taste of just eating the grapes, like, and also it was the in between for me. So like, it was like, all right, yeah, you chewing, but I don't want them. Like, it was like the parasites were talking. Okay, yeah, you chewing, but we don't want them damn grapes. Go get something else to chew right now. We don't want them grapes. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. And then it was like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm binge watching people eat food, right? But let me tell you, hold on. Okay. I'm getting all excited in my head. I gotta calm down.
That's okay. I'm the same way.
I was binge watching people, right? Because I said, people really are killing themselves with all of these car eating, whatever you call it, reviews, doing all of this stuff on purpose, the asthma eating, whatever you call it. And I'm like, and I'm looking at the people who are doing it. I'm like, when this person turned 30, 40, they're going to have the same issues as these 80-year-olds eating this every day. And I'm looking at the number of videos they did, right? So I was watching it to help suppress the parasites. Like, cause I'm like, listen, I'm not going to eat anything, but you can watch these videos. I'm going to watch this for you. But then at the same token, I was looking at it and I'm just like, look how society is killing themselves. Like, y'all gonna die with your parents. What are you doing?
Ooh.
And I'm just like,
mercy.
So that kind of helped me through the night with getting through the mono phase, because I thought I was eating something else. Although it was like, I could watch somebody eat the meat, although I know I'm never ever going to eat another animal, it still helped me. Like that, when you watch somebody eat lemons, you still salivate like on the side, right? Like that feeling in your throat, right? So it was like, okay, we dealt with the feelings, go to bed, and then I could get up and I'll eat a grape and be happy. And I was going through the motions all the time, so I tried to keep myself active. I was reading, going working out, doing something else, but I will always have that moment creep in and be like, nah, F them grapes. I don't want it. And then I was like, all right, you know what? If we don't do these grapes, we juicing, because I'm not doing anything that you want me to do. So what we doing? So
right. Right.
that was a serious but again, I also think it goes beyond the food thing, where you have to deal with something that's deep within you that's not healed.
Come on, everybody. Come on.
Some residuals of some deadly things that are inside you, like, because people think once they do one cleansing, everything's out your system, and that's not true. Because if you lived for 40 years and you only did a cleansing for 30 days, you have not addressed everything. You still got a whole lot of, pun intended, old shit inside of you. So you got to deal with it. And this is what comes up when you cleanse, just like the Drano commercial, where the stuff breaks down off the walls, but it's the old stuff that you are addressing that been sitting there. So the first layer moves, but then you got the stuff that was sitting there for 100 days. You got to touch that stuff.
Like Alana.
So it is mind-boggling for me to had gone through this, and it was the focusing on that one thing. Having to eat that one thing was making me just focus. And for me with life, it was like I'm always trying to multitask. And it was like universe was like, no, focus on this one thing. Sit your behind down and focus on this one thing. And that was my message with the 30 days, with just eating that. I could have had a variety of grapes, yeah, I know. But I was told by spirit, eat these cedar grapes only, and that's it. So that's what I did. And that was a challenge for me. That was more challenging than juicing. Would I ever do mono again? Maybe, but I would not no damn 30 days.
It's not too late to sign up. Yeah. It's not too late to sign up. You can still register. But someone had a question, but oh man. No.
You dropping jewels. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this conversation.
Thank you, touche. And I'm on
my brain too. I'm gonna read the question. The thing that I had on my brain is gonna come up too. Oh, what was the pad's name? I'm reading some of the questions. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can I get close to you?
Get a little closer.
What was the pad's name that you said was better? We said it was honey pot pads. Honey pot pads.
Let me try. I'm gonna write that in.
Oh, what juices are good for gut restoration?
Well, there's a landfill, but I like to drink papaya with the seeds. I was juicing that. It also made the juice a little thicker, so it made me think I was doing a smoothie. So see, it's a mind thing right here, y'all. Y'all gotta play something. Y'all gotta be children and play in the kitchen and play, because the parasites will play in your body. And then again, once things start getting loose, things start moving around. When you juicing, you're not eating anything, so there's nothing to block. And your emotions and the food, everything's floating around. You just like, but that papaya helps with deworming. The great.
Just so two things, I'm going to help answer that question too. So remember about fasting. So the body knows how to heal itself. You just have to get out of the way.
That's what I was saying.
So sometimes it's not focusing on exactly the juice, but it's about what you're not eating.
Yes.
So it's about the fact that you're fasting. So if you just did a great cleanse, your gut would rebalance, because the fasting that is actually doing the healing.
It's like hitting the reset button on your body. It resets everything back to its natural form.
Yes. And also what we learned from Barbie is that when you see how you said it's a little thicker, like mangoes or stuff like that, if you mix it with a citrus like lime or lemon, it helps to thin it out.
Yeah.
So we learned that as well. What was the pad's name? Honey pads. What causes the period pain? So period pain is inflammation, honey. It's thickness in your uterus, and usually is because of food that we're eating that causes the inflammation, which is things like dairy, meat, and those things usually cause us to be sick. We always say dairy is made for a baby cow to grow, right? So you'll have people say, well, I ate it when I was a kid and I was fine. Well, you were still growing.
You were still growing.
So sometimes as a kid,
sometimes
as a kid, it's a little less damaging. It's still damaging, but it's a little less damaging because you're still growing. So you're just going to grow a little more and a little faster. When you are an adult, You're still drinking growth hormone, but you're not growing anymore. But growth is going to happen. It's going to happen in the uterus, which is a fibroid tumor. It's going to happen in the brain, which is MS. You're going to have tumors there. It's going to happen in your joints, which is arthritis. So growth is going to happen when you're taking in a growth juice. Yep. It's just as an adult, it's so much worse because you're not actually meant to grow anymore. So it's way more damaging.
It's a slow drip with all of these foods that we eat because the fried foods, the flours, the everything that's mucus forming. So like we have the mucus, and then the things that we eat give extra mucus, and your body don't need that, and that's what causes the inflammation. And you start getting X, Y, and Z, and this happening, and all of these things, and even down to the science of. See, I have this conversation with a lot of people when children are born and they have X, Y, and Z, and the parents are just looking around like somebody just came and patched it on the child. I'm just like, you are the cause of that coming out on the child, because whatever you were eating prior to procreating the child, whatever you were eating while the child was growing, whatever you were eating when the child was born, you are the reason the child has eczema. You are the reason the child has this particular ailment at this age. And they're just like, oh man, I don't know how my baby breaking down. My baby ain't got this. And now I understand. If you guys seen the movie The Matrix, I understand why Neo walked around the way he did with the sulk face, because it's just like, if I say something, everybody gonna be pissed, because I would be wanting to give the people the side eye, like, you really think this God did that, or nobody else to blame, right? Like back to what we were saying earlier, like you are the cause of you're the common denominator, where you can't rely on a doctor to save you. You're the cause of, you put the stuff in your mouth. The doctor's just there to tell you the professional side of this here. This is the science of it.
It's intentional. It is so intentional is what I realized. And it's just, I remember what I was going to say when you was talking. People always say, like, when you're juicing or even when you're vegan, they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry that I'm eating this, like, in front of you.
Oh, my God.
What they don't realize is what happens, and this is scary that it happens, especially when you're fasting for like 60 days, the whole world starts to look like they're eating crazy.
That's right.
Instead of you, like, looking at the person eating a burger going, oh, man, that looks good. You're going, oh, no, don't you see that you're sick because of the burger? Like, and then you start thinking about your family. Like my grandfather, I love dearly, died of a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when I see someone eating a burger, I'm not like, oh man, I want a piece of that cheese. No, I'm going, no, please don't eat the cheese.
Don't do it.
It's hurting you. Like, instead of, people have a perspective that you're drooling over them, when especially something like 60 days, it's like the world starts to look like...
It's like you're sad that they're eating it.
It's like you're sad they're eating it.
It's like you're trying to keep the food away from us.
Yep.
You don't want to show us, but we're like, no, don't do it.
Eat that. Yeah. And it hurts because that's what happens during a cleanse. Because you haven't eaten food in so long, and we've been taught that it's so necessary. So you hear somebody say, I got to have my breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. When, and mind you, I want to be clear, we've been here too. That's part of the reason, like, we've been bred this way. Like, I used to think breakfast, at one point, I was sure you got to have your breakfast because that's supposed to set you up. Even they prepare you before your SATs. You better have a good breakfast. It is ridiculous.
Just some of it, when you learn some of these things, and then you look back and you like, what is the word I want to use right now?
Bamboozled.
Yes, bamboozle. Like, God damn, it got me good over there. It got me good. Back in '94, that teacher used to always tell me, oh, eat the pretzel and the orange juice and do this in the morning. What? Oh my gosh. Or hear my father from Mobile, Alabama, wake me up 7 o'clock having pancakes as big as my head. I'm sleeping. I want to sleep in class. Why I want to sleep? Oh, because I ate 3 pancakes, eggs, home fries, all of this at 6 o'clock in the morning. Are you kidding me?
Greek yogurt is good for women. That's what got me. I used to believe it, honey. The Greek yogurt, they literally said, was good specifically for women. And it's literally the opposite. It's just, how could they eat it? Yep. So I thought I was being healthy eating my yogurt, especially my Greek yogurt.
And it was more money.
And it had the honey. So I just knew I was being healthier. Little did I know that it was causing the tumors that I had in my body to get worse. This conditioning is a mother, and we've all been conditioned. So I don't think anyone is stupid. I don't think anyone is crazy.
Right.
we've all been conditioned, and the more we know, you know what I'm saying, the better we'll be.
They're teaching our kids right now about the 4 major food groups. Right now, Phoenix is 5 years old. It's like that's when they start.
That's when they start.
Yeah. It's not.
It's crazy. But I'll ask some of the questions, and our kids are screaming.
Hold on, Maverick. Okay, Maverick.
Jesus.
Active. Maverick.
I should be doing light workouts like.
Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, he's screaming. Can y'all hear him?
It's a little bit. It's not overwhelming.
Okay, good.
Sorry. Us screaming is probably more overwhelming. I'm very active, hit tennis, pickleball. I heard that I should be doing light workouts like yoga and walking. Well, I'll just say for me personally, and you can answer this as well. When we had done 30-day juice cleanse before, and we did Shanti.
Yeah,
so we were.
If you don't know what Shanti's Insanity is, go ahead and look that up. Shanti's Insanity is a 30-40 minute workout with no breaks.
And we did it on a juice cleanse.
I would
say beet juice is very, very good for working out. But what would you say?
First off, that workout was I'm big with Jillian Michaels. That was one of the coaches from The Biggest Loser. Like, I used to watch that show, not even be big, but I just wanted to go in there to train with her. But I would do her workouts and other workouts, right? I've run track since I was 6, dancing.
Maverick, come here. Maverick, come here.
But the Insanity workout, we did a job challenge. And that was like the first big major workout I did on the outside. And I was top 3 that finished that. And that workout was, like y'all say, insane. You come with a white shirt and you leave them with a gray shirt. Like,
that's right.
That workout is insane. But right now on the juice part, I do like the yoga, the Pilates, the walking, the power walking. I even have a rebounder or a trampoline that's good for the lymphatic system when you just jump for 10 minutes. And that's what I was doing during the juicing on in the AM, or even after drinking some juice. I would jump for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then that would help. And even if I didn't have it, like when I used to be just without one, I would still jump and move stuff around. But I just keep the workouts simple.
Yeah, I mean, you can make it as simple as you want it to be, or as tough as you want it to be.
Yes, like Lauryn Hill said it, y'all. X Factor. It could all be so simple, but we rather make it hard, right? And then the body singing like "Loving You" was like a battle. We both end up with scars. Come on,
it's true. That's another word.
Oh my gosh!
Now, all right. So here's the question, right? Oh. So how did you feel after the 10 days, then after the 30 days, and then the 10 days, then the 60 days, and then the 30 days of mono fruits? Like what happened in that time? So in 10 days, I don't know, your first 10 days, you were thinking clearer, life changed this way. And then 60 days, what happened then? What are some of the changes that happened then? And then after the 30, what happened?
So the 10, I had some different sparks happening. And like I said, for me, anytime I deal with one dimension, the other dimensions have a ripple effect. So I was having sparks of light happening, like an opportunity to come with fitness, or opportunity to come with some type of fashion thing that I was in. Also with now, energy-wise, it was a little bit clearer. Hi, cutie. So that it was like that the motor was just, the wheels were starting to get going, right? And then after 60, I was taking notes. I did videos I vlogged on YouTube. So I was doing videos for every 10-day increments. And I was taking notes. And I was doing notes just like this. And I was every day, like it'll be random. And I would just read it off. And then I would explain what it was when I reached that 10-day mark, what I was going through. I know some things was happening, big things was happening, because I had released mucoid plaque.
In what form did you see it?
In my poop.
In your poop.
Oh, I was looking at the poop. Oh, yes, I was. Yes, I was. I was in
or doing the mono fruit.
This is during the 60.
Yes.
And then I've seen Parasite and a half
What?
around shoot, I don't put the papers away, but I know I said it in one of the videos. It probably in my 50 day or my 60 day. I know I seen it, and I took a picture of it as well. And I had a friend. They were like, "You look at your poop." I was like, "Yeah, like it's so brutal to do so much stuff with in certain communities that I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep unlearning these things and keep saying it out loud so people can be comfortable with being uncomfortable because. Why are we not talking about poop? Look at your poop. Look at it, y'all.
Also look at it. It tells what your body is going through.
And I could tell the difference what the mucoid plaque was, and I could tell the difference with the smell. And when I saw the parasite, it was I was mind blown because I was like, wait, let me just make sure this not tissue because certain your mind can play tricks on you sometimes. Yeah. So I had took I got a not a Q-tip, but something long like a Q-tip that I could dispose of, and it wasn't tissue, and I saw that it was the parasite, so I was like, oh, okay, but I just felt clearer after, like even before seeing that stuff in the toilet, I had felt clearer already, and like I told you guys, I had been crying, laughing. I had even been having negative outbursts to family members too. So I felt like the regurgitation of what was suppressed, like being mad at somebody and just like, get out of here. Like, that type of energy was coming out too. And I was flipping around, apologizing quicker. So I wasn't sitting in my wrong long.
Right.
And like, I would do something crazy, like say something crazy. And then I'm like, you know what? I apologize. I'm in the middle of cleansing and I am working on myself. And I hope that, you have an understanding of this is not intentional, but I'm really working on myself. And I'm like, me reacting at a 5 is easier than or better than me being in a 10. This is progress right now. So
right.
I need you to see this. I'm like, I need you to see this. So, and my family, they understand. And they physically saw.
See it, yeah.
Yeah. And then the 30 day with the grapes, I was grounded in my backyard like forever. But it made me again like really funnel vision on what it is that I needed to focus on instead of trying to do 10 things at once. That's like God's like, okay, great, yeah, you're great with multitasking, but I just want you to focus on this because your mind is always racing. Like you need to calm down and you need to focus. And that was it. Like, shh. I kept hearing, shh. Because I'm like, well, what's next? Well, what I got to do next? And what I'm going to do here? But what I'm going to do in 30 days? They're like, can you work on day 1 before you even about 30? Get here first. Like, it was so like redundant and repetitive for me to hear this because this has been an issue for me since, like, I've done the water fasting before. The longest I've done water fasting is 9 days, and that was a challenge for me. But doing the fasting and these different points, I would always have this, what I'm doing next. I wouldn't be in the now. And focusing on the now has helped with bringing so much light on a lot of situations, like even with lining up with you guys and moving forward with the certification, right? Like that is lining up for me with things that I've been praying for as well. It's just so many things are just flowing simply because I'm just I'm following the direction. Like, all right, I'm shushing, I'm quiet. Like, but however people pray, your Most High knows what's inside your head. It's like you could hide and say, all right, yeah, I'm quiet. But inside it's just like, no, you're not. And I need you to. Like, just do that. So that was the energy got stronger, meaning in a positive way. I felt better. I got real frail, like with the mono. I felt my ribs and stuff. Like I was hugging myself. I was like, what's I'm like, oh, snap, that's how my rib feel? Wow. Yeah, it was sensational with hearing the messages and just looking out my window and looking at a tree. And I'm like, all right, God, so I'm bare just like this tree right now, but I'm strong in my foundation. I know what I need to do. I know I'm not going to fall. I have the support of those, who came before me, which is the roots that are there that build up before me. And here we are. I wake up the next day and the tree got a whole bunch of flowers on them. I said, all right, God, keep talking. Like subliminal earth messages, like everything just kept any little thing, somebody say something, anything. It was just it would coin into whatever I was trying to find an answer for in that moment.
Yes. And we'll take some more questions. When y'all started, what did you do for comfort? The stomach pains. I didn't have any.
Yeah, me neither.
Any stomach pains. Somebody said protein. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. You can answer that, and then I want to make sure we respond to that.
No, I didn't have any. I didn't have any stomach pains. I had juice on deck. That's what I had. I didn't have no pain.
That's what I say all the time. What
keep
do you
juicing?
Keep juicing. What do you do if you were eating and you got hungry? You would get something to eat.
Yeah.
Juice.
Juice. And don't you remember, juicing is not harmful to the body. So don't make that a reason to stop.
There are no side effects.
Somebody saying protein. Please address. It's no
protein. So there's protein in veggies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We're getting the protein straight from where the animals are getting the protein.
Right. And it's really like the amino acids is really what you want to call it if you want to, talk about it. But I'm not going to get too scientific because potato, you could go left and right all night. Right. There's no wrong, whatever works for you. But if you asking a person a question, they're going to tell you what worked for them. And I didn't need any of that, all that stuff naturally exists in those fruits and veggies.
That's the thing. And that's where we've been lied to. It literally exists in the fruits and the vegetables, but we've been taught to take it from the animals, but the animals get it from the fruits and the vegetables.
Right.
And
% fasting and all of that, you will be fine, especially during a 10-day. You need And if you're getting a healthy thing of protein, no one's getting it from the fried chicken from wherever they from. It's just like the world is not suffering from protein deficiency. In fact, Yaki has a whole theory about the dangers of protein. So literally watch how you do a 10-day juice cleanse, watch how your body feels, and then you answer the question about protein.
Guys, you'll be fine. We did 60 days. Marisha did 60 days. Look, she's fine.
Yes.
Coconut water will give you some nice natural electrolytes. You drink that. Give yourself some natural Gatorade.
Yes, during the 10-day, we tell people don't have coconut because then it leaves.
My bad, water. Sorry, y'all can't have it.
No, only because they'll start drinking
and
other things.
Some of them have other ingredients in it.
Yeah.
It's too careful to have to.
Sorry.
It's not that it's unhealthy.
It's not that it's unhealthy, but we say they could smart water if they're having cramps. Otherwise, spring water is the best during the juice cleanse.
Okay.
Protein in your fruits and vegetables. Oh, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do.
So they're asking for your YouTube channel.
It's Marisha Embody Fitness MBF.
Yes, Marisha, and we'll write it down. Maverick is about 5. Oh,
can you pull it up on your screen?
So cute.
Can you pull up your YouTube name on your screen? Name come up. I saw your company
and when
come
we
up
send
too.
the email,
I don't know where it is.
We'll email it too.
All right. Anyway, it's okay. We'll put it up.
Okay. I look at mine. Somebody said I have Crohn's disease. I always look at my poop. You better go on ahead. Yeah. And we do heal from Crohn's disease doing a juice cleanse and eating raw. That is not like unheard of. Every country I travel to, I rarely see overweight people or using walkers. We do eat crazy in the States. That is a fact.
Michelle and I went to Barbados.
Yes.
And there was a group of 80-year-old men.
Yes, running on the beach.
It might have been 15 of them running on the beach in tip-top shape.
And I was like, why is this so abnormal to us?
I was like, no, wait a minute. He had abs and he was cut up.
They was a group.
And I said, oh, I got to get in the gym.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
But
you're right.
And I didn't know why it looks so odd to us. You know what I'm saying? But why would that? Because usually if we see men of that age, they're definitely not running and they definitely don't have six packs. You feel me? They usually bent over, some kind of, it ain't looking good. Guts are more likely in that age demographic than it is six packs.
They're doing that now and they're not even 80. They 60, 50, 40.
We're
30, 20.
Here's a question. I'm usually regular in the poop department, but now I'm not. Am I doing something wrong?
Great question.
No, you're not.
No.
Go ahead. You can answer.
So during a juice cleanse, sometimes you will not poop as much, especially in the beginning. During a 10-day, you will not poop. You will not poop as much in the beginning. So that's not insanity. During 60 days, you will have moments where different stuff comes out, but you can share your experience.
Oh, so this is what I would talk on, because I know a lot of people say, oh, you do stop pooping when you're juicing. So the math to pooping or continuously having a bowel movement is to drink a lot. Like you have to drink. I was drinking initially. I was drinking maybe 232 or 33, whatever ounce those jars are, right? 2 of them, and I mix mine with water. Then 20 days, by day 20, I was busting out like 4 minimum a day. Then I moved up again, and I was drinking at least between 5 and 6 a day.
Jesus. So I'm sorry, Dad. So basically that's 2 of these. Like this is 64 ounces.
This is 64.
Yes. And it was nothing.
So you had 2 or 3 of these.
Yes. It was like nothing. It was helping me do. I was like, where's my juice? Where's my juice? Where's my juice? And then I would put out,
No, that's great to share, because I don't drink a lot during juice cleanses. So my goal this juice cleanse, I bought this bottle to task myself on drinking more this juice cleanse.
Listen, that's good. I was realizing that, I mean, I was still peeing here and there. But I would time myself with having to go to the bathroom. But the poop, for sure, it was no problem in that department when I started drinking even more. It was just like, okay, here we go. Let's keep on drinking. And I was also watering some of my juices down. And I say that because it's nothing about the sugar, because I don't even want to get in an argument about fruit. I'm not talking about it. But it was just watering it down to help with digesting it, because I know although it's natural sugar, it's still a concentration when you're drinking it, whatever. So I was just watering mine down a little bit, where I would have like I want to say 24 ounces of the glass with the juice, and then I would fill the rest up with spring water. But that also helped with the money too.
Yeah, that's what I said. I did to spread it out.
Yeah, because some of the fruits that I was getting was not in season. So I was trying to change up certain things. And then I was also I started calming down with mixing up so much fruits and stuff. I was just like, okay, I want the basic. I want ginger and I want something else. Like
that's what, during the 60 days when that started happening. So when we first used the juice, we used to mix 20 ingredients. Then for some reason, it's just like, you know what? I just want a straight pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Then when you talk to more people, you realize how you don't know why you're doing what you're doing or why you're feeling that way. But as you talk to people who juice a lot or who do more, they start mono juicing. Not even
because this is an orange juice.
But I love that your body starts to tell you what it wants. Do you understand? Like the body starts to talk to you, because then when you talk to other people, you're like, oh my God, me too.
Right.
Yeah.
I like straight pineapple with lime. Like that's one of my major go-tos. But yes, 5 more minutes, guys. We'll take 3 more questions. My daughter has sickle cell, and I'm trying to get her to start juicing.
Get her to start juicing immediately. You gonna say it?
No, go ahead. Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, my advice would be, teenagers are gangsters. So sometimes they could be a little rough. I say A1, example is the best teacher.
That's 100%.
So if you do a juice cleanse, she is watching you, right? So your changes, she's naturally you're going to attract her to be more interested in it if you commit to something. 1. Second, don't try to take away anything first. Always add. So add a juice to her regimen every day. Oh, taste this juice. And naturally, the taste buds will start to dislike the things that aren't good for her. So add first before you start to, you don't want it to feel like a punishment. And also share the truth with her. If these healing stories, you could share all of that with her, but it's hard to force, kids and teenagers, especially parents telling children, because it's hard for us to listen to our parents sometimes. So that would be my suggestion.
Yes.
All right, two more questions. That's all, Lois. You can take it up.
And you know what else too? Do what we did, like start watching videos.
Yes.
So don't tell her to watch it. You watch it, and then she'll see you watching.
Yes.
And then she'll start getting the information the same way you are. So
my gosh, and I want to tell you, I want to testify to that, because my mom, she's not on a regimen like I am with how hardcore I am, but I will give her flowers, because she initiated the change when living in when we were my parents were together and we all lived in our apartment back in Brooklyn. She had this book called Fit for Life, and the book was talking about the circadian rhythm and how you should eat fruit up until noon, and eat your heaviest when the sun is around like 12, 3, maybe like 3, 2, 4 o'clock, whatever time the sun is at its highest. And then you slow down and you don't eat after 8. Like, she was following that rhythm, right? And she was doing this when we was still eating meat. She still was cooking for us. We was still eating all crazy. And she was juicing and reading, right? And seeing her do that, and it stayed in my head. So like, how they say you could plant the seed, but the person may not do the action then. Yes. And I feel like that definitely happens with parents, because you talk, and the child won't budge, but let somebody else come and they're like, I just told you that 5 days ago.
That's it.
And my mother is literally like, on that person who I can say who set that pavement for me to see. I can say somebody in my family, in my immediate family, who applied that pressure. She was at one point doing the fruit, the juicing, and she was still prepping the stuff, and she released weight, and still kind of on that regimen, but it was just still good regarding this parent asking about the question, seeing my mom do that, and I'm now in my late 30s, and I can still vividly tell you about that. So mom, whoever's asking that question, do it, and then she will see it, because anybody knows children will follow what you do more than what you say.
That's 100%.
Period.
Our kids are juicing now.
Yeah,
not right this second,
we're
but
about to call them down.
We're about to call them down. But they watch us juice all the time. They're vegan.
Yeah.
And so they already have an understanding on what healthy living is like.
Yes.
Just by being around us.
Yes. That's beautiful.
So you're absolutely right. They will be juicing.
Sean, Phoenix, and Maverick, we let them come. Good night, because they have been very good.
So guys, we're gonna say good night to Marisha. Marisha, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
We had such a great time.
Yeah, this was a pleasure. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and this has come to fruition. Me working with people who I saw just randomly online, and here I am talking about.
Congratulations to you for committing 60 days. Is a major accomplishment. Monica, congratulations to you. It's just beautiful. We get to meet people like you from stuff that we've done. So it just goes around. And this is the crew. We want to say hello and goodbye, my beautiful children.
All right.
Hi.
Phoenix, you gotta say your favorite line, Phoenix. You gotta say the crocodile and wild thing.
No, what's your favorite line? Oh, no, what do you say when you
at the end, Fee?
See you later.
See you later at the beginning of the world.
Yeah. Please, sis.
Bye.
Sean, can you say bye?
Bye.
Let me get the mic up there.
Bye.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
All right. See y'all later.
Juicing did this. Praise God. All right. Have a good night, guys. This is our testimony right here.
All right. See you later. See y'all later. See y'all tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
We're going to post the video on the pages 24 hours, and then we'll
take it off.
All right. Peace. Unless you're in the Jumping Juice 10,000.
Yeah.
Guys, really quick. Listen, you can still join us on the Jumping Juice 10,000.
Yes.
We're on day 2. You can do 8 days with us. Go ahead and do 8 days with us. It's a lot easier to do it with 10,000 people than it is to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
So still, if you're not going to do it with us, do it by yourself.
Yeah.
And the way to sign up, www.aerobics.com. Click on the Jumping Juice 10,000 tab. and all the information is there. It's very simple. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Arrivederci. Goodbye.
Drink your juice. And your kids can drink your juice too.
Happy juicing, guys.
And they will.
Bye. Let me end the stream.
There you go.